Just 7 days ago, I was lying in bed at 3 in the morning, gripping my legs in agony. The throbbing pain that shot through my calves and thighs was so intense that I couldn't even turn over without wincing. My legs felt like they were filled with concrete, heavy, and useless. I remember thinking to myself, is this how I'm going to spend my remaining years, trapped in a body that won't cooperate? I am 84 years old, and until recently, I had accepted that leg pain was simply part of getting older. The doctors told me it was circulation issues, muscle weakness, and the inevitable wear and tear of time. They prescribed pills that made me drowsy, creams that did nothing, and exercises that seemed to make everything worse. I was ready to give up on ever feeling strong in my legs again. But then something extraordinary happened. Through a chance encounter with an old friend who had immigrated from Eastern Europe decades ago, I discovered 5 foods that most Americans have never heard of. These weren't exotic superfoods or expensive supplements. They were simple, natural ingredients that had been used for generations to strengthen legs and eliminate pain in older adults. What I'm about to share with you completely transformed my life. Within just 7 days of eating these foods before bed, the constant aching in my legs disappeared. Within 2 weeks, I was walking upstairs without holding the railing. Within a month, I felt stronger in my legs than I had in 20 years. Before I reveal these 5 incredible foods, I want to hear from you. How old are you? What country are you watching from? Are you also struggling with leg pain or weakness? Please share your story in the comments below. It brings me such joy to connect with this growing community of wise individuals who refuse to accept that aging means suffering. Let me take you back to where this journey began. For the past 3 years, my legs had been my greatest source of frustration. It started subtly, with a dull ache after walking for more than 10 minutes. I would tell myself it was just fatigue, nothing more. But gradually, that ache became a constant companion. Mornings were the worst. When I tried to swing my legs out of bed, they felt like they belonged to someone else. Heavy, stiff, and completely uncooperative. I would sit on the edge of the bed for several minutes, massaging my calves and thighs, trying to coax some life back into them before attempting to stand. Walking became a calculated effort. I would plan my route around benches and chairs where I could rest. A trip to the grocery store, which used to be a pleasant weekly outing, became an exhausting ordeal. I would lean heavily on the shopping cart, not because I needed it for groceries, but because my legs couldn't support me without assistance. The nights were torture. I would lie in bed, feeling my legs throb with a deep, penetrating ache. Sometimes it was a burning sensation. Other times it felt like someone was squeezing my muscles in a vise. I tried elevating my legs, applying heat, applying cold, taking over-the-counter pain relievers. Nothing provided lasting relief. But what hurt most was the loss of independence. I had always been someone who took pride in my strength and mobility. I gardened. I cooked elaborate meals for my family. I took long walks through the neighborhood. Suddenly, I needed help with everything. My daughter had to drive me to appointments. My son-in-law had to help me up from low chairs. I felt like a burden on everyone around me. The medical visits were equally discouraging. Doctor after doctor told me the same thing. It's your age. Your circulation isn't what it used to be. Your muscles are naturally weakening. This is normal. They prescribed compression socks, blood thinners, and physical therapy sessions that left me more exhausted than before. I remember one particularly defeating appointment where a young doctor looked at me with what I can only describe as pity and said, "You need to adjust your expectations. At your age, the goal isn't to feel like you're 20 again. It's to manage your limitations." Those words stung more than any physical pain I had experienced. That night, I sat in my kitchen, staring at the bottles of medications lined up on the counter. Pills for circulation, pills for inflammation, pills for pain. I felt like I was slowly disappearing behind a wall of pharmaceutical band-aids that weren't actually healing anything. I asked myself a question that changed everything. What if there's another way? The answer came from the most unexpected source. My neighbor, Maria, is a 78-year-old woman, who immigrated from Romania 50 years ago. I had always admired her energy and vitality, but I had never really thought to ask her about her health habits. She moves with the grace of someone decades younger, tends to an elaborate garden, and seems to have endless energy for her grandchildren. One evening, I was struggling to walk to my mailbox when Maria approached me with concern in her eyes. "Your legs are bothering you again," she said. It wasn't a question, it was an observation from someone who had been watching my decline with compassion. I nodded, feeling embarrassed by my obvious struggle. "The doctors say it's just age," I replied, echoing the words I had heard so many times. Maria shook her head firmly. "In my country, we don't accept that explanation. We believe the body can heal itself if you give it the right tools. Would you like to know what my grandmother taught me about leg strength?" That conversation in my driveway became the turning point in my journey. Maria invited me into her kitchen, where she showed me ingredients I had never seen before. She explained that in Eastern Europe, older adults had been using these foods for centuries to maintain leg strength and eliminate pain. Not as medicine, but as nourishment. The secret, she told me, is not just what you eat, but when you eat it. The body does its deepest healing work while we sleep. If you give it the right nutrients before bed, it can repair and strengthen overnight. She then introduced me to 5 foods that would change my life forever. Foods that most Americans have never heard of, but that have been quietly helping seniors maintain their mobility and strength for generations. The first food she showed me was something called sea buckthorn berries. These small orange berries looked unremarkable, but Maria explained that they contained more vitamin C than oranges and were packed with omega fatty acids that reduce inflammation in the muscles and joints. In Romania, she said, her grandmother would make a tea from these berries every evening. "The vitamin C helps your body produce collagen," she explained, "which is what keeps your muscles and blood vessels strong. The omega oils reduce the inflammation that causes pain and stiffness." The second food was even more intriguing: pine bark extract. Maria showed me how to make a simple tea from the inner bark of pine trees. "This has been used in my family for over 200 years, she said. "It contains compounds called proanthocyanins that strengthen blood vessels and improve circulation to the legs." The third food was something called amaranth seeds. These tiny ancient grains were completely unfamiliar to me, but Maria explained that they were a complete protein containing all the amino acids needed for muscle repair and growth. In the old country, we would soak these overnight and eat them before bed. They give your muscles everything they need to rebuild while you sleep. The fourth food surprised me the most: fermented garlic honey. Maria showed me jars of whole garlic cloves that had been fermented in raw honey for months. "This combination," she said, "is like medicine for circulation. The garlic opens up the blood vessels while the honey provides the energy your cells need to repair themselves." But it was the fifth food that truly captured my attention. Maria's eyes lit up as she reached for a small jar filled with what looked like dark red powder. "This," she said reverently, "is ground rosehip seeds. Not the fruit, but the seeds inside. This is what we call grandmother's secret in Romania." She explained that rosehip seeds contained a unique combination of vitamin C, vitamin E, and essential fatty acids that worked specifically to strengthen leg muscles and eliminate pain. "My grandmother lived to be 96, Maria said, "and she climbed stairs without difficulty until the day she died." She attributed her leg strength to rosehip seeds. The way Maria prepared these foods was as important as the foods themselves. She showed me how to create a simple bedtime routine that would maximize their effectiveness. "You don't eat them all at once," she explained. "You rotate them throughout the week, always taking them 1 hour before bed with warm water." But here's what made me truly curious about trying this approach. Maria told me that the second food on her list, the pine bark extract, was the one that would show results fastest. "Within 3 days," she said, "you will feel a difference in your legs. The circulation will improve, and the pain will begin to fade." And then she leaned in closer and whispered, "But the number one food, the rosehip seeds. That's what will give you back your strength. After 1 week, you will feel like you have new legs. I left Maria's kitchen that evening with small samples of each food and detailed instructions on how to prepare them. I was skeptical, but I was also desperate. What did I have to lose? That first night, I prepared the sea buckthorn berry tea exactly as Maria had shown me. I steeped a tablespoon of the dried berries in hot water for 10 minutes, then strained the liquid and drank it slowly while sitting in my favorite chair. The taste was tart and slightly sweet, with an earthy undertone that was surprisingly pleasant. I went to bed that night not expecting anything dramatic, but hoping for even the smallest improvement. To my amazement, I slept more soundly than I had in months. When I woke up the next morning, my legs felt different, not pain-free, but less heavy. The usual morning stiffness was noticeably reduced. Encouraged by this small change, I continued with the routine. The second night, I prepared the pine bark tea. The taste was more challenging, earthy and bitter, but I reminded myself that medicine isn't always pleasant. Again, I slept well and woke up feeling incrementally better. By the third night, when I tried the amaranth seeds, I was beginning to notice a pattern. Not only were my legs feeling stronger, but my overall energy was improving. I was sleeping deeper, waking up more refreshed, and feeling more optimistic about each day. The fourth night brought the fermented garlic honey. I was nervous about this one, worried that it might be too strong or cause digestive issues. But Maria had assured me that the fermentation process made it gentle and easily digestible. She was right. The honey had mellowed the garlic into something almost pleasant, with a complex, slightly tangy flavor. But it was the fifth night that truly convinced me this was working. The rosehip seed powder, mixed into warm water, created a slightly gritty but surprisingly pleasant drink. Within an hour of consuming it, I felt a warmth spreading through my legs that I hadn't experienced in years. It was as if my circulation was being gently awakened. By the seventh day, I was a believer. Not only had my leg pain virtually disappeared, but I felt stronger and more stable than I had in years. I could walk to the mailbox without discomfort. I could stand up from chairs without using my arms for support. Most remarkably, I could climb the stairs to my bedroom without holding the railing. But the real test came 2 weeks later. My grandson invited me to go for a walk in the local park, something I had been declining for months. This time, I said yes. We walked for 30 minutes, covering more ground than I had in years. Not only did I keep up with his pace, but I felt energized and strong throughout the entire walk. 3 weeks into this new routine, I had blood work done as part of my regular checkup. My doctor was amazed by the improvements in my circulation markers and muscle enzyme levels. "Whatever you're doing," he said, "keep doing it. These numbers show better circulation and muscle health than I've seen in patients half your age." Now, let me share with you exactly how to prepare each of these 5 incredible foods, starting with the ones that will give you the quickest results. Sea buckthorn berries can be found at health food stores or ordered online. They're usually sold dried or frozen. To prepare the evening tea, use 1 tablespoon of dried berries or 2 tablespoons of frozen berries. Steep them in 8 ounces of hot water for 10 minutes, then strain. The liquid should be a beautiful orange color with a tart, pleasant taste. Drink this slowly, 1 hour before bed. Pine bark extract is available as a powder from specialty herb suppliers. You only need half a teaspoon mixed into warm water. The taste is quite bitter, so you may want to add a small amount of honey. This tea should be consumed 2 hours before bed because it can be slightly stimulating initially. My family noticed the change immediately. My daughter stopped hovering over me with concern. My grandchildren started asking me to play more active games with them. My wife commented that I seemed more like my old self again. But perhaps the most profound change was in my confidence. I no longer approached each day wondering if my legs would cooperate. I knew they would support me, carry me, and allow me to live fully. That psychological shift was as important as any physical improvement. If you're dealing with leg pain, weakness, or mobility issues, I encourage you to try these 5 foods. Start with just 1 or 2 to see how your body responds. Remember, this isn't about instant gratification. It's about giving your body the tools it needs to heal naturally. Don't let anyone tell you that pain and weakness are inevitable parts of aging. They're not. They're signs that your body needs better nutrition and support. These 5 foods, used consistently and with patience, can help you reclaim your strength and mobility. I want to address some common concerns people have shared with me about this approach. First, are these foods safe for everyone? Generally, yes, but as with any dietary change, it's wise to consult with your healthcare provider, especially if you take medications or have specific health conditions. Second, how long do the effects last? In my experience, the benefits continue as long as you maintain the routine. I've been following this regimen for 6 months now, and I feel stronger than ever. If I skip more than a few days, I notice some stiffness returning, so consistency is key. Third, can these foods interact with medications? Most of these foods are nutritional rather than medicinal, but some, like the fermented garlic, can thin the blood slightly. If you take blood thinners, discuss this with your doctor before starting. Fourth, what if I can't find all 5 foods? Start with whatever you can find. Even 1 or 2 of these foods can make a significant difference. The sea buckthorn berries and amaranth seeds are often the easiest to source initially. Finally, people often ask about the cost. Yes, some of these foods are more expensive than typical groceries, but consider the alternative. How much do you spend on pain medications, doctor visits, and mobility aids? For me, investing in these foods has actually saved money in the long run. I want to share one more important insight I've gained through this journey. The foods themselves are only part of the equation. The mindset shift is equally important. When I started this regimen, I approached it with hope and determination rather than skepticism and resignation. I believe that our bodies respond not just to what we feed them, but to the intention and care with which we nourish ourselves. These evening rituals became a form of self-care, a daily promise to myself that I wouldn't give up on feeling strong and capable. This journey has taught me that aging doesn't have to mean accepting decline. It can mean becoming more intentional about how we care for ourselves, more knowledgeable about what our bodies need, and more committed to living fully regardless of our age. At 84, I have more energy and mobility than I did at 74. That's not because I've turned back the clock, but because I've learned to work with my body rather than against it. I've learned to give it what it needs to thrive. If you're watching this video and struggling with leg pain or weakness, please don't give up hope. Try these foods, be consistent, and be patient with yourself. Your body wants to heal and strengthen, it just needs the right support. I invite you to share your own experiences in the comments below. Have you tried any of these foods? Do you have questions about how to prepare them? Are you ready to commit to 7 days of this routine to see how your body responds? Remember to subscribe to Elderly Wellness Tips for more natural approaches to healthy aging. Ring the notification bell so you won't miss our upcoming videos about nutrition, movement, and vitality after 60. Thank you for taking this journey with me. Thank you for believing, as I now do, that our best days don't have to be behind us. With the right knowledge, the right nutrition, and the right mindset, we can continue to grow stronger and more vibrant with each passing year. Your legs have carried you through decades of life. They deserve your care, your attention, and your commitment to their healing. These 5 foods are my gift to you, just as they were a gift to me from my neighbor Maria. Try them, trust the process, and prepare to be amazed by what your body can do when you give it exactly what it needs to heal and thrive. Until next time, keep moving forward with strength, hope, and determination. Your best days are still ahead of you.